When it comes to content, I really miss the 2011 to 2016 period of YouTube, especially the conversations and ideas that many atheist channels would bring up, as well as the theists and other people who disagreed. And even though most of them were atheist or theist channels, it wasn't always about atheism or religion. A lot of social issues leaked into the discussions. And as I said, other unrelated channels would chime in about the subjects as well. It made for an all-around interesting time period. Sure, there was a lot of drama, but it was interesting drama. So many of those channels don't exist anymore, or they stopped making content, or they make completely different content now. There was also a lot of silly content on YouTube during that period. People uploading videos just because they found it entertaining or funny, often with low video quality, but that was fine, it was fun. There weren't nearly as many channels that only made content for the money, and they were still featured in the algorithm. Once Trump became president the first time, so many of the discussions went downhill and became quite uninteresting. There was less silliness and fun, and the platform seems to have never recovered. But back then, you had Bionic Dance saying that all babies are atheists. G-Man giving his stupid arguments about answered prayers. He still makes stupid videos, but nobody listens to him anymore or critiques what he says. People got burned out on his stupidity. The Amazing Atheist questioning feminism and atheism plus. Now he's kind of boring and presents with silly theatrics, changing his channel name to Into the Fray. Richard Dawkins making rational and logical arguments all around. He still makes rational and logical arguments, but he's never talked about anymore. Probably because he's 84 years old and people don't want to abuse an elderly person. Thunderfoot criticizing Islam and a slew of other things. Not just debunking scams or criticizing Elon like he seems to do now. And so many others that I can't immediately recall. But as I said, after Trump became president the first time, things went downhill. So many discussions became purely political, usually either being pro-Trump or anti-Trump, pro-woke or anti-woke, criticizing leftist activists or criticizing Trump supporters. Sure, there are a lot of TikTok videos that people criticize, but that gets old pretty quickly. There are countless grifter channels that make a living off of criticizing TikTok videos, or making outrage content, generally to support the culture wars. Just in general, there used to not be so many grifters. People would make more genuine content. Even Tim Pool wasn't the grifter he is today. It wasn't constantly the notion that a civil war is coming at any moment. He also didn't take money from Russia back then. And then there are all the left-leaning channels that talk about newsworthy stuff. There's Kyle Kulinski of Secular Talk, who used to talk about a wide variety of subjects, and promoting a secular government. Now it's like 90 to 95% talking about Trump. Same with David Pakman. He used to talk about a wide variety of subjects. But now it's like there's nothing left to talk about. Yeah, Trump is considered an existential threat. But that shouldn't mean that's all people talk about, myself included. So things have gotten more extreme while also becoming more boring. Normally that would seem like an oxymoron, but it really accurately describes the situation. There simply isn't a lot of varied subject matter anymore, and not a lot of fun either. I have no idea what could change this. Perhaps enough people will get sick of it all, but how would that change anything? People are sick of a lot of things, but that doesn't change those things. Do you miss the older YouTube? What parts do you miss about it? Just asking.